I'm still on my writing retreat, y'all. Still on it. I'm doing writing retreats online and classes, courses, all kind of stuff. But I did get a scripture to say, "Be of service today." So I don't know why. So I got on, but at some point, I may be skipping days on this channel. So y'all know whenever I get off of my vacation time, my break time, it's because my angel guides told me that I have to get on and be of service. There could be people that could be needing me at the time. So the creator always see what we don't see. So this is going to be a short video. Please try to keep the comments positive. No attacks, no hate, no shade. Okay? Keep it nice. Keep it peaceful. So I've been thinking a lot about how fortunate I am to have found my purpose, the package, okay? The package of my purpose, my basket of gifts, all wrapped up, all centered around one gift, all connected to one gift. Um, I feel blessed to have found it. Young as I am, because some people don't even find it until they're in their 60s. There's a woman who didn't even find out that her gift was the gift of writing poetry. She didn't even find out till she was in her 80s. So she has been recognized, highly recognized, and all. So that just tells you that it's never too late. So what I've been thinking of, and I'm taking it slow because this is really deep, to figure out if you're gifted in something, you have to look at spontaneous giftedness. So when you are chosen to do something and it's your gift, you will learn it just by being exposed to it, just by being around it. You won't have to like study it. You will have to get to that point. Yeah, you have to study it at some point. But just listening to it and being around it, your your consciousness, okay, will absorb the techniques. Your brain will automatically understand what it's hearing, what it is reading, what is being shown to it. It will understand uh, at least a couple pieces of whatever you're in contact with. And then when you go to do whatever that is spontaneously, okay, the giftedness will come out. It will come out. Now, this is a hard thing to accept because a lot of people, they don't want to believe. They don't want to believe that the lesson begins before you even take a lesson in what you're chosen for. They don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that their brain should be learning it without them sitting down to learn it. Okay? A lot of people feel like that that's not evidence. But what they don't realize is if they're not learning it without sitting down to learn it, without saying I'm learning it, without saying I'm taking classes, if they're not learning it, then all they're doing is grasping a little bit of capabilities, being a little capable at doing it. But the gifted part is not there. I'm sorry to tell people that. Like some people, they come to me and they say, Miss B, can you teach me how to write poetry? And I asked them, how much poetry are you reading and learning from just reading? Have you learned how to write poetry just from reading poetry? And if they say, no, I don't really get inspired, or I don't even want to understand how the poet wrote it, I don't even try to understand it, that lets me know that they're pursuing something that's not their purpose. It's not in the basket. It might be a small little interest that they have in it, but they're exaggerating the interest in it. All of their soul is not in it. Just a little essence of their soul is in it. That's not enough. When you find your purpose and your gift, your entire essence of your soul connects with it. Just it connects with it. And it connects with it humbly. You are humbled before it. You are excited. It's like every time you approach what you're doing, it's like opening your favorite Christmas present again. That's the kind of feeling. You're just excited to do it. And then the giftedness comes because you're so excited to do it. You're not really worried about how super great you're going to be at it. You're worried about using what you know. And this goes to the next part. It's important for you to know what you're doing. When you are doing something that you're chosen to do, you want to know what you're doing. You don't want to just keep on throwing hoops and let me tell you something. You will sit for an entire hour to learn one thing in it. That's how much it will mean to you. Let me give you an example. When I took my poetry writing mentorship, my mentor had me learn 30 different literary devices. Now, some people would have tapped out. They would have said, I quit. No, 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 no. I'm in poetry writing Olympics now. This is too much. I didn't tap out. He told me, he said, if you make it this far, if you make it past this point, then this is what you should be doing. That's what he told me. He told me most people don't even make it that far in a mentorship. They give him $200. As soon as it comes to having to learn to know what you're doing, the techniques, people run for the hills. I didn't. I was a military man. I said, I'm going to take whatever hits I'm going to take. If I mess up, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. I'm not quitting. This is a lot. 30 literary devices? Okay. Oh, let's get it. So he brought 3 at a time and gave me 2 days to do 3 lines on each device. Now, some people might say, oh, that sounds easy. No, not when you never did it before. Not necessary. You never did it before. So I'm like, okay, I have to do 3 Sinadoches, I have to do 3 metonyms, and I have to do 3 Azoras. I'm like, what the hell is Azora? When I saw that Cesora on his comments, I said, I ain't never even heard of these devices. All I ever heard of was simile and metaphor. So he come out with this other stuff. So I was sitting in here at night, between 10 and 12 p.m., 12 a.m., doing literary devices, writing them down, okay? Writing my own imagery for them. Now, I did not give up. Why didn't I give up? Because it was like Christmas to me. It was so fun to even try. Just the idea of trying was exciting. You know, like when you get on your bike, when you ride your bike for the first time, you just want to try to see if you could do it. But it's like you don't want to stop because your soul speaks to you. This is it. You can hear your soul saying, your soul has a quietness when it's doing it. It's a quietness it hasn't found anywhere else. The quietness that I find when I write poetry and prose poems and short prose flash fiction, it's a quiet that I don't find anywhere else in my life. I've looked for it everywhere. Relationships, family, church, meditation. There's no other quiet like it. I've escaped. I've cloaked. I'm Harry Potter with my cloak on. No one can get to me. The phone, all the phones ever used is off the hook. I'm not here. I'm gone. I'm completely gone. I'm not caught up in my emotion. I'm caught up in the celebration of what I am birthing on the page. I'm celebrating it. I want people to know what I know through my mind's eye. It's important for me to show people what I know this way. I know that I can. I'm still and I'm quiet before it. Y'all hear that quiet? I'm sure some of y'all are spiritual. When I just think about one of my poems, all the pain leaves my body. My body goes so loose. It's almost being very close to death, as close as you can get to the peace that dead people feel when they're done being in pain. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. And you have to be in tune with your energy when you're testing things to see if it's your purpose. I feel the same way when I'm teaching y'all about achieving goals and guiding y'all. Why? Because according to my cosmic chart, according to the north of my energy, my ancestors being north and east, they say I'm here to help people have clarity and get out of the dark. I'm here to help people see their way through any type of stagnant or purgatory type being where they don't know what to do. They don't know how they don't know what to focus on. They don't know. They don't know how to fight for what they love. Fight for what they love. That's why I am a Libra rising. Okay? If you are Libra rising, if you are into the cosmos, and I'm going to stick with the cosmos, you ain't got to be into it. We are chosen to help people find their destiny. We are here to be a light to help people get out the dark, to help people get justice for whatever was in the way of their destiny and their soul work, whatever brought their spirits down, whatever's keeping them from rising. We are here to help because when we wake up, we rise quickly. We're Libra rising. Quick. Judges don't have a hard time rising. They right to the light. But I have to show through literature and through videos the truth about life, love, relationships, romance, death, suffering, grief, all that type of stuff. I have to talk about that stuff because that is a part of my soul purpose. But the thing that I must use is my voice and my pen. My voice and my pen in paper or videos. Okay? Now, y'all have to find your purpose. Your purpose consists of three things: how your mind works, what your soul prefers to use, what part of your body your soul prefers to use. You have to find out what that is. One way, if you're having trouble finding your purpose, is look at what you buy. Look at what you buy and people buy you. What have you bought on the spur of the moment that you stopped and you smiled at and you said, oh, that might be nice to do. I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah. Most likely that's probably one of the things in your purpose you're supposed to be doing. For me, it's pens. I walk down the aisle, I look at the pens, and I'm like, wow, pens. I love silver. I love wood. I love paper. I just love the smell of paper, always have. I felt like the best gift that was given to me when I was 10 years old was my library card and my book reading card. I could have gave up every other gift, but if that was under the tree, I would have been happy with that. Being in the book club. Being in the book club. I was so upset when my mother moved us away from the library. I used to get so mad, like, dang, I got to get bus fare to get to the library now. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. So just look at what you buy. Look at what you have overspent on. Because you didn't overspend. You was trying to dig in. You was trying to dig into it. Like for me, I have loads of books on the craft of writing. This is years and years. I found a book of poetry by Charles Bukowski I bought back in 1993. Found it down in the basement. I found the book, The Practice of Poetry. I bought back in, I think 1990, years ago. I'm finding books down in the basement related to the craft of writing and thrillers and crime mysteries and spiritual stuff, spiritual books and true stories, true dark mystery stories. I'm finding those books I got back in 1991. The thing is that you have to be alone a lot to find your purpose. Isolation is critical. You have to disappear for a while, and so that you can stand back and see and feel what you're pulled to. Other people's energy can be blinding the frequency, warping and distorting the frequency that you have that's connected to what you're chosen to do. Other people's problems, other people's arguments with these people, they all getting in the way. Okay, they could be all getting away. Even someone who try to make you think they're your twin, they could be getting in the way. Getting along with someone doesn't always mean that they are proof of your purpose. You will know your purpose because you will do it hungry, starving, alone, with nobody, no support, through any weather, through any conditions. You will do it. They can cut off all your arms and legs and you're still going to try to find a way to do it. Look at Stephen Hawking. He found his purpose while he was disabled in a wheelchair. So don't think that it's impossible to find your purpose and do your purpose because of your situation. Let me tell you, most people find their purpose is when they're at the darkest times of their life, when all hell break loose. That's when they start to say, help me, God, help me, God. And God say, I got to send synchronicities more with your purpose. Because this is the first and foremost help you need. When you get the taste of what you feel good at helping people, using to help people, then you will help yourself. Then you will automatically be helped. When I can't get out of stagnant energy, I already know there's some writing to do. There's some coaching to do, some teaching about spiritual stuff, psychic stuff, poetry, literature, all connected. There's something I must teach to y'all. See, judgment isn't always you did in purgatory, like bad judgment. Judgment is also you feeling stuck and stagnant. The Creator saying, I will not let you move until you answer my phone call about your purpose. Till you answer this call related to your purpose. You're going to stay in that energy of, I don't know what to do. If you have bought yourself a lot of the same things over and over again and under the same genre, the same type of stuff, and you won't release it, you're holding on to it real tight, it's probably connected to your purpose. You go to purge your house and you keep telling people, no, don't throw that away. Don't throw that away. Don't throw that away. And you know, you got 1,000 of them. You got 200 of them. It's probably connected to your purpose in some way. That's how I found out. Every time I purge that room upstairs, I cannot get rid of my books. I cannot get rid of my literature, my literary writing exercise books. I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of my angel guide scriptures. I can't get rid of this book. I've tried. I've tried. Okay, that talks about manifesting. I can't. I can't get rid of this book. Why? Because this is all connected to my soul work. I can't get rid of it. I can sell my jewelry. I got rid of loads of beautiful jewelry, but I still haven't got rid of these books. So I hope this helps y'all. I got to get ready to go. But I also want to give y'all a few more tips. I got about 5 minutes, y'all. The next thing about finding your gift is that it never comes free. It comes with some huge sacrifices. If what you're doing is like, it's all comfort, I got this big support team. Woo, it's just falling on my lap. Everything I want and need. Woo, I got all these friends and all these entourage. Everybody likes me. No, it's not it. It's not it. You should be attracting a lot of jealous energy, a lot of competitive energy, like I do when I share my literature, my poetry. This is why I had to stop sharing it on this channel. I was getting attacked on other sites because people were jealous of my poetry on this channel. They was trolling my poetry on other sites, trying to put false bad ratings because I kept getting 5 stars. I was getting 5 stars on my books over and over again. And so people started getting jealous. I had to stop sharing my poetry recently in little groups because I could feel the jealous energy. I could see like people's face transforming into demon energy. I had to just stop sharing and just go ahead and do the prompts and the exercise and leave. So ask yourself, have your personal life been real easy while you're doing it? If it has, it's not it. Resistance should be coming for you with all it got. Like the book, The War of Art. Look how people have came for me on YouTube with my spiritual life. They have attacked my genetics to try to take me down. They have attacked my views. They have put up false videos. They're so mad about how psychic I am, how I get downloads all the time. They want to say somehow I'm a mind download witch or whatever, all type of stuff. But I have one of the most elite psychic signs in the east and north of my chart. And I rise as one of the most psychic signs, the strongest psychics. So they need to shut up, because if they saw my chart, I would put them all in their place. People who was trying to falsely accuse me of being some brain sucker, if they saw my chart, they would owe me an apology. If they got a reading on me based on my chart, they would owe me an apology. I would say, I put your money on it. If you think I'm doing dark art to get these downloads or whatever, put your money on it, and then let's see each other's chart. And if they saw my chart and went to any elite psychic out here with a psychic shop or whatever, they'll say, no, she chosen for this. So you owe this woman an apology. So I get attacked. I get people acting like me in their psychic readings or copying me, whatever. That is all proof that this is a part of my package. People use my personality. They want copies of my poems. Can you send me copies? Can you post it? Every time I write my poems in the workshops, they always want me to post my poem. Why? Because they want to copy me. But what I'm telling y'all, you got to ask yourself this. Does it feel like the greatest war you ever been in when you're doing it? If it do, then it's probably one of the things under your purpose, or it is the main one. Okay? Y'all see how I came when y'all needed me. So what I was told today is this one. I got checked on this. If you think you found your gift, have you chosen a hero? Have you chosen muses? If you haven't, if you're just sitting there winging it like a wild spider, and you don't have no heroes, you're not studying their lifestyle, you're not studying the life of the people that have come before you that did it, how can you say it's your purpose? Earlier, I was watching a documentary of Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller. He was a great writer, a playwright. I was watching his documentary. I'm going to be looking up documentaries of other writers and getting into that. I already did. I do it every month. But if you can't humble yourself and learn from people that are really exceptionally good at it, even while they're still alive, like me with poetry, if you can't humble yourself and say, teach me, then you're not chosen to do it. Let's think about the movie Kill Bill. You notice how she humbled immediately when he said, do you know I can kill you at will? Did I kill at will? Do you know that your arm, your hand is mine now? You notice how she humbled herself because she understood she was in front of a master and she was just masquerading like a master. She was being driven by ego. When she humbled herself, he taught her everything. Even everything he taught Black Mamba everything that he didn't teach Viper. Deadly Viper. He didn't teach her how to snatch somebody's eyeball out her head because he knew that she still had ego in her. He knew that her ego was still toxic. He knew. But he taught the other girl everything because he knew that she would respect the gift and she would use it only if someone tried to take it from her. She would use it in the harshest way, which they tried to when they tried to murder her. But what I'm saying, y'all, is you do not get one of the ultimate tests is how humble you can be before even the living masters, even people that you know that might be a master in it already. If you can't humble yourself, then all you are probably somebody chasing fame. You're looking to be able to go back to everybody that you know and say, I'm famous and not be able to say you had a hero. You're coming from narcissism. Emily Dickinson had Elizabeth Browning's letters. Elizabeth Browning was her muse. Hemingway's muse and teacher and educator and hero and editor was Gertrude Stein. See how that goes? Brandy said that Whitney Houston helped her to understand how to sing and stuff. Some of my teachers, one of my first teachers was poet Amy Lau. Poet Amy Lau. Another teacher of mine, Charles Simic. Another teacher of mine, Hemingway. Bill Collins. Frank O'Hara. I have a whole team of writers with me. That's how bad I want it. That's how bad I want it. That is how bad I want to do my writing gift. I don't care if they breathing, half dead, in the grave, walking dead, famous, alive, or whatever. If they doing something that takes my breath away, I'm going to humble before them. I don't care if they got rich off of it. They could be living under a bridge and famous from it and not famous from it. But if something they wrote took my breath away, I'm going to humble myself before them and learn. I'm going to humble myself. They might not be physically in a room with me, but they will be in here in spirit and in work. Okay? Somebody said, what's the fundamentals? Let me tell you, if you want to, I'm not trying to tell you to beat anybody else, but if you want to get ahead, if you want to get all the years that you wasted thinking you could just wing it and become a master at it, just take a mentorship. Just do the mentorship, do it at your own pace, get it done. You home free, like you home free. Only thing you got to do after that is start studying the work of the structure of other poets, other literature, and then just follow the structure. The technique will be in you. You need programmed, you know some stuff, but it's not programmed enough. It's mixing and matching and mixing all in your consciousness with some other stuff you don't need to know. You need detoxed. A mentor will get rid of all those bad habits. They'll flush them all out. And then what we left will be lots of room for growth and for the techniques. And then you just keep practicing the techniques. Just like when Michael Jordan was young, he shot hoops every day. It's the same thing in any craft. I sit down, I write for 20 minutes. I try to practice a couple techniques. I know I did some great writing. Like yesterday, I used personification. I used the persona. I was using viewpoints in the piece I sketched. I was using time changing. I was using change of time. I was using, I used all the senses. Like for me in writing, I love poet Robert Haas. I mean, I was lucky to have been a student of his in a big class. I hope to be his apprentice before he died, even though he'll be like, oh, you're almost at master level. I'll be like, I'll humble before you, poet Robert Haas. But anyway, poet Robert Haas has a wonderful exercise that says 9 objectives. It's harder than you think when you haven't learned any techniques. Once you learn techniques, you just do your 9 objectives, and you just do that every day. And within 30 days, you're like really good. Like you're a much better writer. You're a great writer. All you got to do is find your themes and find your main ideas. Find some forms and structures that you like. That's it. The techniques will be there. It'll be a part of your programming. Like when you speak English, you don't have to think of what the word is. See how the word just come out of my mouth? You're trying to get yourself to that level of the techniques just coming out as you're writing. But you can't if you don't break down each technique. Like when you put glasses together, piece by piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. There you have it. It's no different with becoming great in your gifts. When you feel comfortable with doing that, and you're not trying to use, I'm trying to take the fast route, then you know that's your gift. I didn't care how long it took, as long as I got there. I didn't care if other writers were submitting their work to contests or whatever while I'm taking a mentorship. I didn't care. I just wanted to get there, you know? And I saved all the emails of my mentorship, every single one. I'm actually going to be composing a book. I'm going to be composing a book of both of my mentorships. I'm going to have it all printed out, all the emails printed out. And it's going to be thick, y'all, so that one day, you know, my grandchildren, if they want to know what was the leap that I took, my mentorships, they can see my growth and process. So my early classes. Anyway, I saved all the emails. Praise God. I created a folder with all his emails and my emails. So if I ever feel like I want to take the mentorship again, I could just go back to the emails and take it from the top on my own accord. What I like about my mentor, who was my mentor back in 2015, because I've taken so many classes with him, he gives me discounts. So even if I went to take the mentorship again with him, he would cut the price down way low. But I don't have to because I have the emails. I literally record and save every class I take. Every class. I have about 90 videos of me sitting in the webinars, taking the workshops. I have several courses saved in my emails, at least about 10. And I have some courses that saved elsewhere in USB. The point that I'm making is that one of the signs that you're chosen to do something is that your life becomes consumed by it. Like your whole life becomes it. Like I get anxiety when I hang out with people who don't want to talk about literature, who don't want to talk, who don't care for literature, who don't care for poetry. Like it gives me anxiety hanging out with those people because it's like I might want to sit there and read a poem and ask them, "Hey, what you think about so and so's new book or something of that nature?" And I want to read something to them, and they're like, "Nah, they're not interested." It's like, okay, we don't go, you know. And I don't just write poetry; I write songs too. I'm a writer of lyrics, songs, and poetry. But my point is, I had to recently clear out most of my life because it was going against my gift. If y'all are not willing to let people go when you think you found your gift and those people don't support it, then you're not you need to be honest, or is that really your gift? You know, I tell my family ahead of time, 2 hours, I need 2 hours of writing, or 1 hour of writing. I'll see you when I'm done. They'll say, okay. I don't care what they got going on. I don't care if Elvis came back out of the grave and came here. Well, I got to finish this writing for the day. I have backups of writing time to make sure that I'm held accountable and I actually write. Because one thing I found out about finding your gifts, you'll procrastinate because it scares you to death. But it scares you more to never do it. So it's weird. You're scared to death to sit down and do it. Like scared for your life type of fear. But when you're doing it, you're not scared. You're totally fearless. You're totally fearless. But if you even think of never doing it, the fear and anxiety is way too much to take. You're like, whew. You get anxiety like, whoo, I have to do it. I can't just say I'm not going to do it. I experienced what Bill Collins experienced. If I don't get writing done for the day, because maybe it was a busy, crazy day, I was sick, too sick, or, I just feel like I didn't write. I maybe only wrote 5 minutes and I feel like I didn't write as much as I normally, or there was just too much going on and I got sidetracked. I'm very irritable and I'm very cranky. Like Bill Collins he said, you'll be very irritable. When you're a writer, you don't write and you don't get no writing in for a while. You are not a nice person to be around. You're irritable and cranky. When I don't do this, when I don't help others, and when I don't write, I'm like the girl from the movie The Mummy. Just a mummy, like I think I'm going to just shrivel up and die. Don't get twisted. Your gift, don't get it twisted. Your gift and your purpose is saving you more than you think it is. It's saving your soul, your spirit. It is to remind you when the world shuts you out and try to make you feel like you're not worthy. It's there to remind you that you are. It's confirmation that that you belong here. The world needs you. So to close this out today, y'all, transformation. It's a transformation type of day. So step in your power, you know, get some manifest, do some this is big creative energy. This is one heck of a week. This is emperor energy. Emperor, emperor meets empress, emperor meets empress, bumping heads. Some of y'all gonna have some fake emperors trying to talk to y'all, fake, low vibrational. Then y'all may have a real emperor. You know what I found out? I found out the truth about the so-called twin flame. I know the secrets behind that. I know the secrets. Your twin flame, your twin is supposed to help you. But your twin is not who y'all think they are. Okay? Most of the time, y'all, your twin, no. I ain't gonna say what I found out. The angels told me over the last few days. I've been meditating on the twin flame energy, and they gave me the truth. And I'm gonna add it to my article. Lately, they've been having me meditate and do introspection and giving me downloads for my ebook. So there's a part of this series I'm gonna talk about getting into twin flames. It's not what everyone think. Okay? It's not what everyone thinks. And yeah. One of the people in my life, okay, there's 5 people that I know of over the last 15 years. One of them is my twin, and I know who is now. I know who is now. But it took for the downloads to come. I was demanding confirmation. I was like, I need to know for sure. I can't play these games no more. These 5 people keep coming and going and all this other stuff, calling and texting and all this. I can't do this no more. Now, either somebody gonna give up the ghost and be the one, or I'm out of here. I don't got games to play. I don't got games to play. I'm damn sure I ain't sleeping with nobody, but I'm not going to play no emotional social games with these people. Y'all. So, what was our members, Jaws World? You know what? The best way to get into your gift, if you think you found your gift and you're like, this is it, you need to create you a mini course for yourself. Like, create it yourself. Like what are your struggles? So recently I found out, and I did not know, that my struggle is structure. I'm like, what? I'm a good editor, but I don't outline enough. My writing, my muse wants me to outline, but I've been gagging her. I've been saying, shut up. I'm not outlining. My muse been like, yes, you are. So I have to outline my work. I'm 90% a pantser and 10% a pantser. Meaning my muse actually wants me to outline most of my work. And my muse likes to work with prompts. I'm like, really? So it is what it is, y'all. So that's another thing. Like if you want to get to the gifted level, you have to find out what your muse is like. Because you have muses with you. You know, your angel guides are a part of that team. And as a collective, if there's 90%, you know, there's a huge percentage, certain percentage of what the soul attachment you have to them requires you to do to get your abundance. Now, I have to talk to y'all about something. This is real important, y'all. Stop trying to get abundance in money. Just stop it, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. If our ancestors of the light that didn't fall into judgment, if they weren't chasing money, why are we? They weren't chasing money. They just cared about their survival and clothes on their back and being able to do what they're supposed to do for the tribe and for the community. Abundance is not money. Abundance is anything that can give you, but also the people you love, fulfillment in some way. Spiritual fulfillment. Spiritual fulfillment is abundance. Abundance can come where you're just famous. I mean, let's look at Bojangles. He didn't die with money in his bank account. He did not have money in his bank account. But everybody knows who Bojangles is. Everybody knows Bojangles. Okay? He's famous tap dancer during the times of heavy discrimination and race bias. He was doing something that a lot of people weren't doing, and he was breaking some of the rules too of society. But the point I'm making is stop thinking your abundance are always going to come where you're filthy rich and you're sitting your $400 million, $500 million in your bank account. Your abundance could be that there's statues put up in your name, that somebody puts a school up in your name, like August Wilson. There's a library and there was a museum in his name. There's a library right now. There's a room. It's called the August Wilson Quiet Room. And he used to go to that library when it was at a different location. That's where he wrote his plays. So he wrote some of his most famous plays in that library. So they put a room in his name so that writers can go in that room and write and have peace and quiet, like he did. So if you're trying to trace your dream because you're like, well, this is going to get me rich, the money may not come the way you say it's going to come. And the creator going to give you what you're supposed to get for what you're doing, what you're chosen to do. The creator knows what you're supposed to have. So if you don't get a big eight bedroom house mansion from your dream, it's because you're not supposed to have that. There's something that's worth that has the value of that. It's coming another way than a mansion. Some people, they get $400 million, but they die and they're not that respected. They don't get the respect. Maybe your riches is Abraham Lincoln. He wasn't rich. He wasn't rich. Back then, standing in the White House was not rich. Okay? All right. But anyway, there's a huge, enormous statue of Abraham Lincoln. He is world famous for his quotes about home life and family. So it's time to stop thinking that your life purpose is always connected to you being filthy rich with money to burn. Your life purpose will always give you what you need. It will always make sure you don't go homeless and starve and be on the street. But the rich part is something that's just decided by the universe, depending on what you're doing. What you're doing. Okay? Hemingway, he did get a pool. He got a little Paris apartment, nice little Paris place in Paris with his little pool. He came from poverty beyond poverty. Hemingway was dirt poor. Okay? With 2 kids and a wife. And he ended up with a nice pool. in his nice little Paris home. He didn't rush out and take his Nobel Prize winning money and go buy 2 mansions. He got what he needed for being a writer. Writers, we do need water. Thank God for water. Okay. Writers, we need water. And we do need a space for our art and creativity. We do need to live places that's imaginative and dreamy and creative, like Paris. He got what he wanted for his writing life. He got what he needed. If you try to get things that you don't need and that you know you should not want for what you are chosen to do, it will all backfire in your face. It will all backfire in your face. That's why it didn't work out between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. He tried to get somebody that's not for him, not for his purpose. Johnny Depp is an artist to the core. He's a painter. He's a singer. He's an actor, a caricature type actor. He's an artist to the core. That lady was not an artist. She laughed at his art life. She laughed at it. She mocked it. She did not fit. She did not fit in his wooden home with his art type of life and him waking up with his table wine like some artists do. She did not fit. Don't matter how attractive she was. He tried to have something that didn't go with his dreams, and look what it did. Look how much weight he gained being with her. Just look at him. The point I'm making is, don't think that when you get successful that you're going to go out here and have what doesn't go with your success. It's going to blow up in your face. Johnny Depp was a minimalist. He had a nice little home, living minimal. He was a humble dude, simple dude. He wearing his little hats and his plain little shirts. Simple dude. He got with this over-the-top, glamorous, self-absorbed lady, and all hell broke loose. So I'm just saying, if you're going to chase what you see some celebrities have, you got to be willing to be them. You got to be willing to do what they're doing even behind the scenes. The dirt that they're doing behind the scenes, the fakery, all of that. Whatever they're doing. You do not get to be honest and true and a light worker, and then you want to be like Jafar when you get all the money. No, that's not going to happen. That's the creator. Y'all see what happened to Jafar from Aladdin. Y'all see what happened. See what happened to Aladdin. He tried to be fake to get what the sultans got. They went about it in the money way and wasn't getting what they wanted because they wasn't in alignment with Aladdin, with Jasmine. But Aladdin was in alignment with Jasmine. He wasn't when he tried to be a fake sultan, when he tried to be a fake prince. So just keep it real, okay? Keep it real. Authenticity is important. If you can't be authentic when you're doing your gifts, if you got to be egotistical and act in a different way and not be your true self, then you're trying to get it the dark way and there's consequences. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good one, y'all. See y'all later. Thank you very much. Love the Most High for your donations and everybody who donated over the last few weeks. I didn't forget about y'all. Remember, I'm on a writing retreat vacation, y'all. I have to focus more on my writing, so I can't put videos up every morning, early morning, night, afternoon. I can't go hard, y'all, especially since we're supposed to be powering up for a big breakthrough. Okay, bye, everybody. Have a good one.